between GCU and NAU. Dane, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jasmine. It's great to be here with you. It's a nice day out. It's a little warm, but it's also a little humid and it's also kind of wet. We got sprinkled on a little bit earlier. But should be a good game today. Like you were saying, NAU GCU, some interstate rivalry here. It should be a good game today.
Yeah, it should be a pretty exciting game with the rivalry, as you said, going on. Last time these teams played each other this season, it was 6-1. What are you
Yeah.
expecting today?
You know, I think it'll be a lot closer.
Yeah, that is going to be pretty important for them. An early goal this this soon in the match. Let's see what the Lumberjacks can do to come back and keep this momentum for themselves as we have number 9 dribbling out.
Yeah,
Joseph
number
Bansky.
Joseph Butsky with a nice interception there, getting the ball back, controlling it. Now they're passing around that back line.
But the Lumberjacks are putting pressure on them into all the back of their field, causing GSU.
As the Antelopes are going to pass it back out and try to set this one up again.
As we have here number 12 on the right side of the field, passing it back to Preston Kosovac.
Yeah, Colin Schellenberg, number 12, the sophomore defenseman.
And number 9 with a shot, close shot, saved by the goalie for the Lumberjacks.
GCU defense. Antelopes, we've talked about them, off to a hot start this year. They've got in 3 matches. They've got 6 in 3 matches. They've got 6 different players tied for the most goals on the team. All those players tied for the most goals on the team. All 6 of them with 2. It's a very balanced scoring attack for him this year. Most of them underclassmen as well. So it's a bit of a youth movement here. Even with the head coach, Luke Pilarski, young guy, first year. GCU's had a bit of a coaching carousel in the program, but nonetheless, they've been dominant.
And that is something special to see, right? So many different players who are able to score so many goals, especially underclassmen who've been excelling. That is not something we see often, do we?
No, absolutely not. This is one of those things that you have to develop. As number 18, Carlos Laguna, is down there trying to make a play on the ball. He's going to keep it in bounds.
He's going to give it forward as number 2 from the Lumberjacks, Maurice Ngara, intercepts that ball, giving away a corner kick to the Antelopes.
Yeah, Sungura, the defenseman from Phoenix, went to Alhambra High School. We covered them last night on Friday Night Live, the Varsity Sports Show. Don't miss out on that every Friday, covering different high school football games across the valley.
As we see Roberto Perez gonna take the corner kick from the right side of the field, giving a middle ball, but not an Antelope. And then we see number 12 with the shot on goal.
Colin Schellenberg with the shot there. Lumberjacks goalkeeper Nunez trying to quickly turn it into offense, rolls it slowly out of the box.
But then getting kicked back to the back of the field, trying to slowly build their offense again from the midfield onto the right side by 10 and pass to right number 17, Antonio Strati.
So we talked about the dominance early. GCU, sorry to cut you off there, but
you're good.
Since 2022, GCU has won every matchup. The most recent one, according to this sheet here, 3-0 on February 15th. All the way back in 2021, excuse me. That was the last time the Lumberjacks won up there in Flagstaff, 2-1.
Yeah, that's got to be a big motivation for them to really want to win this. They want to avenge that record as we have a shot on goal from the Lumberjacks by, I believe, it's Antonio Strati. But unfortunately, it was unsuccessful, and the ball is back into the goalkeeper of the Antelopes, Raleigh Snyder.
Yeah, the junior from Scottsdale went to Horizon High School. Just got a little ahead of that ball, pulled it to the left, just outside of the goal. Antelopes pushing now.
Going through the midfield, running by Number 20, number 19 tackled within the penalty box, but the referee says it's nothing and it will be a goal kick for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, you saw the speed right there by number 19, Colin Vilmy, pushing the pace, making a nice move to get by some defenders. Looked like it could have been. There's a tough challenge there from the Lumberjacks defense. GCU bench over here, begging and pleading for a call there, but not going to get it. Center referee Jonathan Flores, steady in his decision.
As GCU has the ball back, playing it softly,
Along the sideline, knocked out of bounds by GCU.
but the Lumberjacks will have to throw in as he's looking for a good opportunity and waiting for his teammates to arrive in this left side of the field for them. Passing it to the left side, but unfortunately got out of bounds, and GCU has the ball back again.
Yeah, this GCU defense has really just not been able to be penetrated by the Lumberjacks. They haven't given anything. Haven't given them anything easy. Everything's a lot of hard work, and the second they do find a little bit of space or a little bit of room to move that ball around, it gets taken away immediately.
As we have a run on the left side of the field, pass down almost toward the corner line, and kicked out of bounds.
Looks like it's going to be a corner kick.
That will be taken by Ansu Kane.
Kane, like we've talked about already, he's already got a goal in this one. Right out there in front of the net. Ball took a nice bounce right in front of him. Smacked it right in, had nobody near him to make a difference. And he's going to get set up for the corner here. We've seen the leg strength already from him. See if he can bend this one in there and give GCU a chance out of the corner.
And here it goes, giving a high kick. Unfortunately, a little bit too far for any GCU player to receive over there. But they keep the ball.
Yeah, GCU able to maintain possession. That one kicked out by a Lumberjack. GCU switching the field here.
Really putting that pressure on the defense of the Lumberjacks, testing them, making sure that they have no room for mistakes.
Yeah, the ability to possess the ball so far has been really strong, and to put the Lumberjacks in positions where they don't have the chance to possess the ball and slow it down, where they just have to continue to clear the ball out.
As the Lumberjacks will get their own throw in right now, giving them a little bit of a stop to breathe. But as we've seen earlier, GCU won't let that happen, and they're already right in there, putting that pressure on those players, making sure they are the ones to receive the ball.
Number 9, Joseph Butsky. Nice header to get it out there. Cross towards the right side. Looked like he was trying to find number 18, Carlos Laguna.
Dane, it seems to me that Kenny has so much strength in his legs that sometimes that ball just goes a little bit too far.
Yeah, I agree. He skied that ball right over the box. Would have been nice. Take 10, 15% off that and let it just float. It's gonna end up right in the middle of the box there.
As
Substitution going to be made at the goalkeeper position. Looks like now we have Gabe Nunez in there.
and directly intercepted by number 11, Roberto
Oh,
Perez, as another goal goes in.
number 9, Joseph Butsky, all the way from Anchorage, Alaska.
That was a really, really nice interception, followed by a good goal. Good teamwork we saw over there. Nothing selfish, giving each other the opportunity to score. Really, really good to see.
Yeah, nice finish with the left foot from Butsky.
Let's see what the Lumberjacks will bring up to this.
Yeah, Lumberjacks are struggling this season. They're 0-4 on a 4-game losing streak. They've faced GCU and U of A and have lost to both of them so far. Not starting on the right foot in this one either. Already, GCU putting the pressure on them in the offensive side. One of the biggest problems for the Lumberjacks is they've only got 3 goals scored in 4 matches. It's been tough to find that offensive production for them early in this season. Their top scorer last year, Matthew Davis, graduated, had 10 goals.
And
Just
it looks like it will be hard again today as the Antelopes keep putting this pressure up on them. Where the Lumberjacks, I wanted to say, have a little bit of an opportunity on the offense, but then it got intercepted. But they do have a throw in almost on the other half of the field. So let's see what they can bring to this offense right now.
Lumberjacks with a very diverse roster. They've only got one player, that junior defenseman, Michael Nielsen, coming in from Flagstaff. Doesn't look like he's on the roster anymore. So a couple Arizona guys for the Lumberjacks, but a handful of them coming from overseas. We see Josh McCarthy from Essex, all the way over there in the UK. Connor McPhillips from Galway, Ireland.
As this ball from the Lumberjacks just got out of bounds and got intercepted again.
Yeah, number 6, Keller Brown, makes a nice play on that ball. Lumberjacks trying to find something. Not going to do it. That one's just going to be lobbed back downfield by number 2, Maurice Sungura.
Noah White had a good loop on his feet there. Sorry, struggle over the words there. To keep that offense off on his toes and being able to set up their own offense of the Antelopes. But as we see right now, they got a free kick, easy to set up their offense.
Yeah, Noah White getting a little
Intercepted.
too aggressive. Yeah, intercepted there quickly by the Lopes.
Seeing Colin Vilme again setting it up, and Kane running on that left side. Good connections over there. Bring it to the middle of the field to Carlos Laguna, where we get another free kick that was put up on Gavin Ripley.
Yeah, number 99, Jackson Sauer, just a little too aggressive there with the feet. Got in a little too close to the body. And that's going to be an easy call for our center referee, Jonathan Flores.
And this is a good position to be in. This is pretty close to the goal out. It's a little bit outside of the box. They and I don't know much about yards, but I know this is about 20 meters.
20 meters, oh man. Well, meters, that's just, I mean, who knows how far 20 meters is? 20 meters could be, that could be 50 yards, that could be
I would say
200, I
no.
don't
I
even
think it's
know.
actually about
I would say
25 yards.
the football in me wants to say that's about 25 yards. We've
Right.
seen Kane with the leg strength already.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
this would be a chip shot for him.
I think he is going to be the one to take it, even though we also see number 9, Joseph Butsky, one of the. Oh, he is the one to be taking it.
But
Oh, with a very high chance of scoring. He is one of the captains on this team, but the goalie from the Lumberjacks, Gabe Nunes, was able to save that ball.
yeah, Nunez, that's a nice save right there. That's a great spot from Wyke right there. He put it in that bottom left corner. Nice reaction from Nunez to get there
As we see another
and
corner
get a
kick
stop.
from Hane with a good paced kick in there, but unfortunately not able to get anything good out of that. As a lot of subs will be coming in, I see for GCU here, number 6, number 24, 15, and 23, getting some rotations in.
So number 13, that was Preston Casovac. Got a little behind that ball. Didn't quite stay over it, got under that one and sent that one out there into the apartment complex behind Coulter Field.
Almost over to Chick-fil-A dang.
Almost over the Chick-fil-A.
As the Antelopes are able to intercept the ball again, set up their offense, run through Kane again with a shot on goal, but saved by Nunes. He's
Yeah,
been pretty busy so far, Nunes.
yeah, both goalkeepers who we saw, we've seen them. Nunez get switched in here early. I believe it was number 34, Milo Gasser, who was actually in there playing some goalkeeper earlier. They've been busy.
Certainly. GCU keeps them on their toes as they set up their offense to the right side of the field now. Number 6 and number 19, 24, Remmer keeping that ball but intercepted and gotten back again by Joyce.
Yeah, I think the amount of interceptions that we've seen from the Antelopes just get turned right around back into offense.
As we just saw Vilmate trying to do a little behind his leg with his heel. Unsuccessful, but successful to keep the ball still in their possession. Hane on the left side of the field
Ooh.
with a
Oh.
head ball in there from number 24, Reese Remmer, and another goal. Nothing Nunes could do about this one.
So add that one to the highlight reel. Ansu Kane, we've seen him have the speed, we've seen him have the leg strength. Puts the brakes on, sends a defender flying, and then drops an absolute dime of a pass over there to Remmer, the 6'3" forward. Not gonna miss that one. Header off the post and in from Chicago, Illinois.
And just a freshman.
Yeah, freshman, like we've talked about, this is a very young GCU team. So to see them go from being dominant the last couple years and then immediately having high level underclassmen to continue that tradition uh, is no doubt a good thing. I'm sure it makes Coach Pilarski's job a lot easier.
It says also a lot about the strength of this program that such strong underclassmen want to come in to this program, fight their heart out on the field, give everything they got, and be successful in it as well.
3-0 already. Lumberjacks trying to chop their way back into this one. A nice ball there on Sukane on the other side of it.
Making his way down the field, and an attempt to shot but blocked by one of the Lumberjacks who got in his way. That must have hurt with his leg strength.
So there's a chance right there from Kane. We saw him fire from well outside the box, I would say maybe 17 meters.
Oh, you're gonna talk in meters now.
Would you agree?
Thank you.
17?
Yeah. I would say about 17.
Pilarski pulling some guys up off the bench here, telling them get warmed up. Antelopes.
As they get a free kick from behind the field. A little bit too aggressive from the Lumberjacks over there. Gives everybody a little bit time to calm down, catch their breath. As the sun is really coming out to shine right now, that must be hot on the field right there.
So something I think is interesting with this GCU roster, there's such a real powerhouse here at the club level, sports wise in general, but especially here with this soccer team. Three of them from Phoenix, Arizona. Almost as many guys on this team from within Arizona as there is from all the way over there in Alaska. You got two guys on this team from Anchorage, Alaska, and three of them that are coming from within Arizona.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. As we see another substitute coming in this time for the Lumberjacks, number 2, Maurice Ngora.
Phoenix guy out of there from Alhambra, who we talked about a little bit earlier. Game on Friday, covered by some of our Varsity Sports Show peers. Don't forget, check those out. There's some Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference football on tonight. Give that a look on the Varsity Sports Show YouTube channel.
As we see freshman Reese Rimmer, who scored that beautiful goal just a couple minutes earlier. Number 22 with that head, but looking like that was a little bit too hard to take. Luckily, he's gotten up with the help of his teammates. So they, I've seen some pink accessories over here. I saw a lot of them at the high school football game last night, especially for me, McClintock. It is Breast Cancer
Yep.
Awareness Month, October. I
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful sign that some of the players having to wear that pink representing that. Have you seen it with your game?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Just growing up as a kid here in America, playing football, especially down there in Southern California, really in all sports, but that's something that you see a lot around this time of year, October, that breast cancer awareness. Teams coming out wearing pink. That's one of the core memories I have as a kid is turning on some NFL football on a Sunday and you see guys like Robert Griffin III with the Washington Commanders and Ray Lewis, Luke Kuechly, linebacker for the Ravens, and then a linebacker for the Panthers, just going out there with the pink accessories, pink leg sleeves, socks, and then of course I get ready for my Pee Wee football game and I'm like, dude, the pros are doing it. I've got to do it. Let me find my pink socks, my pink mouth guard.
And it's beautiful that if they do it at such a high level, it has so much influence on all the younger players out there, spreading awareness across the country in every type of sports. Doesn't matter what sport,
Yeah, it's
there's awareness everywhere.
yeah, it's one of those things. It's just cool to see. It's not. I feel like it's something that doesn't really happen anywhere else. There's not really that recognition of one sole message of that is the breast cancer awareness.
I can totally confirm that. Over here, where I'm from in Europe, we don't have those type of things. We don't have something like a whole month where everything is dedicated to breast cancer awareness. And I think it's a beautiful thing that is being represented out here, not only today on this field, but in every sport this October.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty cool. Something that's definitely it's a core memory for me as a kid. That's something that we saw a lot, and like I was saying, Pee Wee football was huge. Tons of guys would come out with the pink camo sleeves, and I agree with you. Getting out and going to see these high school football games, and kids still doing the same thing that they were doing 7, 8 years ago.
As we see a free kick from the Lumberjacks, kicked by Sauer in front of the goal,
Off the crossbar, Milo Gasser.
and that was almost a goal for the Lumberjacks. I think the closest they've been all this game.
Absolutely, he floated that one up there. Just a couple huffs of wind away from that one hanging in with a tough angle and going in the goal. Goalkeeper number one, Riley Snyder.
Really having to work over there.
Excuse me,
As
Gabriel Orozco,
we
sorry.
get a deep pass into the left side of the field to number 7, Guerra, who is keeping that ball maintenance back to the middle field and giving it forward, but received by Lumberjack
Nice job.
and intercepted by number 15, Zach Nguyen.
Well, right as I was about to say, nice job from the Lumberjacks maintaining possession for a little bit there.
And a shot on goal by number 7, Luca Guerra, and saved by Nunez again.
Yeah, Nunez. Going to be a busy man today, it seems like.
Oh yeah, GCU will make sure that he keeps being busy and busy and busy tonight. This afternoon. Sorry.
Number
As
10, Brody McConaughey, listed as the head coach and the senior forward from Gilbert.
as we had an attempted shot by number 22, Gavin Ripley, but that ball was not nowhere near the goal and got a couple of meters or yards over, as we'll keep changing in between meters and yards today.
Yeah, we got to ahead of the game, talk to coach and player Brody McConaughey a little bit about the drive down here. He said it was nice.
He said it was pretty nice.
Said it wasn't too bad. Talked about the weather. Weather cleared up a little bit for him to come out here and keep us dry, keep them dry, play some nice soccer here.
Yeah, don't forget to mention you said it was nice weather and then it started to rain.
That is true. Knock on wood.
As the Lumberjacks trying to set up their offense through the midfield right now. Number 16 to the right side. Number 13
Lumberj-
intercepted by the freshman. with an aggressive tackle over there and a yellow card for number 24, Connor McPhillips for
Wow.
the Lumberjacks. That's the first yellow card we've seen this game.
Could be trouble for McPhillips. With the amount of time that we've seen the Lumberjacks on defense here, yellow cards, penalties like that.
Those have a big impact, especially when you're having to rely so much on the defense. You cannot afford too many of those because you'll be playing on eggshells.
Brody McConaughey coming over here, wondering what the time is on this game.
As we don't have a big clock, but there is 9 minutes and 53 seconds left in this first half.
So just under 10 minutes remaining in the first half of this one. Lumberjacks down 3-0.
With an attempted shot by number 7, Luca Guerra, from very far outside of the box on the left side of the field, but getting some strength into that leg, making Nunez work again.
Yeah, Nunez, no easy save. Had to put himself in good position right there to get in front of that one. Close to less than 9 minutes now in the game. Excuse me, in the first half.
As the Antelopes, they don't want to take a breath. They want to keep playing their offense, running it through the midfield again, passing it forward. They have time to breathe, but they don't want it. They're not taking it right now.
Yeah, they are not. The communication's been on point. Ball movement's been on point. The little bit of time the Lumberjacks have been able to possess, we see a foul there. Look like number 17, Antonio Strati, got a little too aggressive on the tackle.
And a free kick for the Antelopes. Too far for a shot on goal, so they'll just set it up. Nice offense. In front of the goal, received by number 6 for the Antelopes, Kyle Joyce, just short toward that goal. And number 7 rushing to the other side of the field with nice ball handling, keeping that ball inside of the field.
Wow.
That was
I
beautiful. Luke
cannot believe
Guerra,
he saved that ball.
he made a sprint for that as
It's
the
like,
Lumberjacks will get a throw in. But that was some ball handling over there on his foot. That was impressive with a massive sprint over there, making the ball dead and making sure his teammate received it.
well, here comes coach Brody McConaughey subbing onto the pitch in this one. We'll see if he can make a difference. Lead his team from on the field now. Obviously, a tough part of this program, having to use a player coach.
Yeah, that must be hard to maintain. I've seen it in my sport, but on their lower divisions a little bit. I play water polo, but it's so hard to be a coach and be a player because as a coach, you can have the little bit of rest and calmness from outside of the field, really seeing what's happening. Whereas if you're a player, you're right there. You see such different things. And to be able to play those two roles in one, that is a tough job to take on.
Yeah, Lumberjacks with McConaughey on the field, making a little bit of positive momentum here for themselves, pushing into that offensive half.
As we see them building their offense, number 18, excuse me, running it through the midfield, but intercepted again by the Antelopes.
And you see how quickly GCU gets that ball out in transition, try to make it happen fast. Some miscommunication there.
And ball back to the coach for the Lumberjacks on there on the right side of the field, giving it forward to number 8. Unfortunately, not in a good position yet, and not being able to get a successful attempt on goal out of there, as there were some Lumberjacks missing in that box to make a successful attempt on the goal, but they have another throw in as some subs again will come in for the Antelopes, getting some fresh blood in there, keeping the energy high. I think that is one of the advantages we have seen for the Antelopes throughout this game. They have so much opportunities to substitute, keep the energy high and high and high, making sure that there's no room for the Lumberjacks to slow down.
Yeah, we see number 18, Josh McCarthy, come off the field, and I agree. The size difference between these two teams is pretty glaring. That one's sent towards the goal.
But a
Couple,
good defense from the Antelopes over there, making it a goal kick.
yeah, the ability to sub on and sub off for GCU is obviously a lot easier than the Lumberjacks. They just do not have the numbers that the Antelopes have. Of course, traveling from Flagstaff, a bad pass there.
In front of the goal, but unfortunately not received well by number 17, Antonio Strati.
Number 8, Jose Rosario, able to get in front of that pass, but the opportunity is going to go nowhere.
I think that is something the Lumberjacks today will have to emphasize on. Those little miscommunications from the Antelopes, that's where they got to profit from them and try to score their goals.
Nice stop defensively. Number 2, Maurice Sungura.
As it is another bad pass into the Antelope, sorry, excuse me over there, the Lumberjacks' foot, but intercepted and get it back.
Yeah, this defensive pressure from GCU,
The press is insane that we have seen so
suffocating,
far. Yes.
suffocating.
That
Remmer is going to be called there for a foul. A little too handsy on that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. Suffocating is the perfect word for that. It's been hard for the Lumberjacks as as the Antelopes keep the press on.
So as a rivalry as a whole, started in 2017, and they split their first 5 matches with one tie. GCU has won the last 4 by not a wide margin, but convincing victories. The closest one was a 2-1 victory by GCU last year.
As the Antelopes get the ball back, passing it through the midfield, getting coached from the sidelines as well as from within the field, good communication, hand gestures, as well as verbal communication.
Something that's stayed true for the Antelopes is that
And
diversity of goal scorers.
it is a handsball for Remmer, or offside, sorry, I believe. My mistake. Offside.
Offsides by the Lopes. Yeah, something that we've seen stay true is that goal scoring diversity. 16 goals in 3 matches, 10 different goal scorers. We've seen 3 different goal scorers already here today. We'll see how they balance out in the overall points part of the score chart. See what the Lumberjacks can do on offense here.
As they lose the ball again. And it'll be, excuse me over there. Free kick from a little bit farther into the field.
It's like we might have seen a handball there from an Antelopes defender.
As they're trying to organize themselves, get some Lumberjacks within the box, get enough people over there to possibly have an opportunity to score a goal, which would be very nice for them to have before halftime. As the ball reached very far, very high, but goalie from the Antelopes, Riley Snyder, was able to catch that high ball, keep it in their own possession, and give it to his defenders to set up
Yeah,
another offense.
Lumberjacks squander another opportunity there in front of the net. Just haven't been able to get it going. Nice defense there, able to force a bad pass. Fighting for that ball.
GCU gets it back again as they bring it back into their defenders. maybe looking for a little bit time to breathe as the clock is running off right now, and we'll be heading into halftime shortly. No needs to get a scoring opportunity right now with the
Yeah,
clock running off.
yeah, time winding down, already up 3-0. Lopes in full control in this one over the Lumberjacks. With the Varsity Sports Show, my name's Dane Palmer.
I'm Jasmine Dickmans.
Having a great time on a warm but muggy but also kind of rainy Saturday afternoon.
That is not something we see often in Phoenix, as as we see Remmer getting a little bit too hands-on with that attacker.
Yeah, it's hard to hide those hands. He's 6'3". For
Yeah,
being so tall, trying to sneak those hands in there, maybe grab a little jersey, grab a little arm. It's
yeah.
just not possible with how long those limbs are.
No, that will be hard to miss for the ref. As the Antelopes are going to go for another opportunity, this time on the right side of the field, building it up through the midfield, giving it back to the defenders.
GCU doing a nice job trying to find a quality shot. Nice pass there. Oh my.
An attempt on shot from number 20, I believe. That is not correct. Excuse me over there. But it was an attempt on goal, unfortunately, nowhere near. And we're heading into halftime right now.
Lumberjacks on top 3-0. Coach Pilarski, sure he's going to have a couple comments for the team. We know how he is. Intense guy. Trying to keep this team stable, trying to keep them on top. 3-0, Lumberjacks going to have to go have a team meeting.
And we're going into our commercials and halftime break. We'll see you after in 15 minutes.
Hi guys, my name is Heaven. I'm here reporting live for Varsity Sports. Today we're going to be doing a recap of the Eagles game versus the Broncos. Now, let's get into it. The Denver Broncos just shocked the world with their defeat over the Philadelphia Eagles. They just handed them their first loss of this season and their first defeat since December. They came back with a shocking score of 21-17. The Eagles looked very dominant within the first half, first quarter, leading them 17-3. Heading into the fourth quarter, but somehow Denver was just able to really lock in. You know, their rookie quarterback, Bo Nix, he threw a touchdown, completed 2-point conversion, and led the game winning drive. Jalen, who did an absolute wonderful job, threw for 280 yards with 2 touchdowns. But the problem was he was sacked so many times, and they struggled to finish their drive. I'm not sure if you all heard, but there is a little bit of tension with team Jalen Hurts and his wide receiver, A.J. Brown. Reporters that say the two have had a heated conversation, and then they also had a private team meeting to, clear the air. The lack of chemistry honestly really showed on Sunday as Brown was quiet for most of the game and the offense lacked rhythm when Hurts tried to force the ball his way. And this is something that you don't want to see, granted, from a team who just won the Super Bowl. You don't want to see a team fall apart or just not be able to connect anymore after all the hard work that you put in last season and the hard work that you put in this season so far. All right, guys, that's my topic, and I hope you guys enjoyed my story today.
All right, Coach Pilarski, a great start to this game. I mean, a lot of possession, 3 goals. I mean, what are you most proud of your team thus far?
Yeah, I think keeping the clean sheet's always nice. We're a defensive-minded first team, and the possession's been well, but it can definitely be better. So this next half, just expect more dominance on the ball and more goals in the back of the net.
All right, perfect. And then, I mean, possession once again. How proud are you so far of maybe your defense thus far? Kept a clean sheet. I mean, not a lot of chances for NAU thus far.
Yeah, so far it's been good. There's been a little bit of a couple scary moments out there, so I think that we actually got away with a couple in the half. So it's good that we're still on a clean sheet right now. We have a great back line, great goalkeeper, but they've got to clean it up back there, to be honest with you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Coach Pilarski.
Thank you. Here we go.
Matthew McCord, Varsity Sports Show.
Hello, folks. J.R. Lambright here. where local devotion to football reaches its height.
We've spoken of rivalries, but now we examine the crucible of the season for every town, UIL district play, which transforms the gridiron into almost holy ground. The journey of a Texas team has two distinct phases. The non-district games are the time of pilgrimage, of preparation and refinement. But when the UIL district bell tolls, the stakes become existential. District contests are the sole path to the state playoffs, serving as the gateway to the promised land. Failure in these games is not just a loss. It is a setback that can cause a community a season of penance and doubt. The rules governing this covenant are strict. The University Interscholastic League, which stands as the high council of this institution, demands absolute adherence to its laws of eligibility and fair play. A single misstep, a violation of the academic standard, or a failure of attendance risks immediate penalty, uplifting the competition to a civic necessity. This makes the district schedule a measure of a community's competitive faith. For small towns, success in this portion of the schedule becomes a source of pride and often economic stability. This annual series of rites confirms the role high school football plays in the soul of the East Texas piney woods.
I'm Gregory Graves with the Varsity Sports Show, and the Arizona College Basketball Sports Year is right around the corner. In Tempe, Arizona State, men's basketball is entering a new chapter. Head coach Bobby Hurley has reloaded after last year's struggles, bringing in key transfers and young talent. As the Sun Devils gear up for another season in the Big 12, the season opener against Southern Utah is almost here. On the women's side, there's a fresh start with newly hired head coach Molly Miller, who comes over from GCU. Known for her up-tempo, pressure-heavy defense, Miller brings a culture of winning and a clear vision to turn ASU around after a tough rebuilding stretch. In Tucson, the Arizona Wildcats men's team enters the year with high expectations. Tommy Lloyd has reloaded with top-tier recruits and veteran leadership. One name drawing headlines, Bryce James, son of NBA superstar LeBron James, now joins the Wildcats. The Arizona women are out to prove they belong back in the tournament. With a mix of returning talent and incoming speed, the Wildcats are hoping to climb back toward national relevance in a stacked Big 12. In Phoenix, Grand Canyon's men's team is eyeing a third straight WAC title. Head coach Bryce Drew has built a mid-major powerhouse with size, experience, and depth, and they're not afraid of Power 5 opponents. The Lopes women team brings a new era following Molly Miller's departure. With a solid core returning, GCU is focused on staying competitive in the WAC and building on the foundation she left behind. With new faces and new coaches, the Arizona Sports Year is sure to excite. For the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Gregory Graves.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. I'm Marla Mundo. I'm here with fellow varsity intern Nicholas Anderson. Nick does amateur bowling and he does it all around the Las Vegas Valley. He's won a couple different tournaments. Nick, why don't you tell us how you got into amateur bowling?
Absolutely. So I started bowling, I say at a younger age, I would say at about 5 or 6 years old, and I did it for fun at times. I didn't really know what I was doing, just to throw the ball around and just see if I liked it or not. And I ended up liking it. And then when before the COVID pandemic hit, I really started getting into bowling a lot in like 2019. And then when COVID hit, a lot of the bowling centers shut down. We weren't able to bowl, but I kept up with a lot of bowling through a lot of professionals, specifically Darren Tang here in Las Vegas. And I kept up with his content. It really got me intrigued to not only bowl more, but also to learn about the different mechanics and techniques about the game. COVID pandemic was over. I ended up getting back into bowling where I was able to go bowl, this and that. And I only did it to where I just practiced, never really got into any tournaments. And then 2021 in December is when I bowled my first amateur tournament. Ended up taking 5th place out of a bunch of the amateurs there. And I said, oh, okay, you know what? For my first tournament, I feel like maybe I stand a chance. I could do really well. And then over the years, I started slowly but surely getting better and better, maybe winning about a tournament or two a year. And then finally, 2025, I think I've hit really my stride where I've really won a good amount. And I think in a majority of my tournaments this year, I'm really cashing, which is really cool.
So what has been the best or the biggest tournament you've won so far?
I would say in February this year, actually on my father's birthday on February 11th, I bowled this tournament called the Big Kahuna, which I'm actually going to be bowling this weekend. It's back in October, but the one I won back in February, I went through 24 games. I averaged 240, was by far my best performance. Ended up taking first by a mile, and it was just a really fun experience. About, I would say, big tournament, probably about 5 to 6K I made in that tournament. So it was a big winning for me. It also gave me a lot of confidence moving forward, and was definitely by far the bright point going into this year.
Once again, I'm Marla Mundo with the Varsity Sports Show, and I was here with Nicholas Anderson, our amateur bowler.
Hi everyone, this is Patrick Cohn with Varsity Sports Radio, bringing you the best that sports has to offer. This week, I'll be doing a preview of the Arizona versus BYU football game happening this Saturday, October 11th, here in Tucson, Arizona at Arizona Stadium. Both BYU and Arizona come to this game with a potent offense and potent defense. BYU's offense has averaged 38 points per game so far this season, whereas Arizona has averaged 33 points per game this season. LJ Martin and Chase Roberts have been the stars so far for BYU, and they are expected to perform very well against a very tough Arizona team, with Chase Roberts being a true test for Arizona's defense. On the Arizona side, Noah Fafita has led the charge along with Ismail Mahdi. Both of these players have just been outstanding so far this season and are expected to go very, very far for 2025. Also, both their defenses have been outstanding. BYU and Arizona both have a potent defense, and any team should be concerned about facing either BYU or Arizona this season. It's going to be a great game. I'm very excited to see what my Arizona Wildcats are going to be doing this week, and I'm hoping that Arizona will do very well against BYU, and that hopefully they will get another win after their must-win game against Oklahoma State last week, which I'm very proud that they did very well on. So I can't say for certain what exactly will happen between BYU and Arizona, since both teams are very well-rounded, but I will say it's going to be a very awesome game, and I certainly look forward to watching it, and hopefully we'll get to see an offensive performance between both teams. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Thank you for listening to Varsity Sports Radio.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization. Hey fans, Vince DeLisio from the Varsity Sports Show. Whether you're running a business, protecting your home, or planning for the future, Hub International is your trusted independent insurance broker. They team up with top carriers like auto owners to deliver tailored coverage that fits your unique needs. From commercial and personal insurance to employee benefits and wealth management, Hub's got you covered. Visit Hub International and Auto Owners, where your goals meet our game plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the culture field. I'm Jasmine Dickmans, your play-by-play commentator, and next to me is Dane, your color commentator for today. As we're heading into second half, score is 3-0 for the Antelopes. Let's see what both teams discussed in their halftime break and what they will bring onto the field. What are you expecting, Dane?
Well, I'm expecting GCU to just really possess the ball here. We saw them do it a lot in the first half, but even while they were possessing, they were pressing nonstop. They were really using that forward momentum, trying to make something happen. And now 3-0 lead. I don't think they're going to have to do that quite as much. We'll see if the Lumberjacks defense is going to come out and press them, which it looks like they are so far.
They're keeping high pressure up on the Antelopes. But I also think that the Antelopes won't let themselves slack down, as we know that head coach Luke Pilarski is really keen on that effort of his guys. He wants to see that effort throughout the whole game, doesn't matter what the score is.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see them necessarily slow down, but I think like we saw towards the end of that first half, they're going to kind of play with it in their own side of the field a little more and try to find a really quality goal opportunity. Nice pass there, right on the money.
As he brings it forward and out of bounds. I wanted to say another goal shot by number 11 Roberto Perez, but that bounced against the pole.
Stayed in bounds somehow, but yeah, you're right. Bounced right off a post.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to go in. I think from our perspective, it looked like it.
Absolutely.
But they're bringing it forward again. But the Lumberjacks defending this opportunity pretty well and going into their own offense now with number 17, but intercepted by GCU number 13, Preston Kozovac, and a free throw into the field for GCU is keeping the ball.
Well, I might not have been totally right in my maybe they're going to slow down assessment early. See a shot go wide there by number 8, Noah Wyke. He's been a star so far in this one.
Yeah, there's definitely no slowing down from the Antelopes starting into the second half of the game.
Lumberjacks, their first real chance here to possess the ball. See if they can get some offense going. They're going to send this one deep.
As it is intercepted again by GCU and ball handled by number 19, Vilmi. Passed to Ripley, brought in front of the goal, but saved and in control by Nunez.
Yeah, number 11, Roberto Perez, the forward, is a huge target right now early for the Antelopes. We've already seen him have a shot, a couple deep balls floated his way. See if they keep going back to him.
He is eager to get another goal in.
Be a fourth different goal scorer in this one if he does.
But as of currently, the Lumberjacks have the ball. I wanted to say, but it is intercepted again by Ripley, brought to Botsky. Trying to bring it forward, but defended by the Lumberjacks. Sanguera kicked out of the field, and it will be a throw in for the Antelopes.
Antelopes keeping the pressure on here. Nice pass from Perez, floated inside for Wyke. Wyke pushed that one just wide with the left foot. Got a little choppy on that one, stood up a little bit.
Yeah, he really wanted to get that goal in as well, as we saw him a little bit disappointed did he not get that closer to the goal. As we already seen a sub coming in for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah,
After
number
just a
5.
couple of minutes.
Number 5, Zane Nyberg, making his way in. The junior from Cave Creek, Arizona, went to Cactus Shadows. Another team we've seen play a couple of those varsity sports show teams.
As GCU gets a handle of the ball again with another throw in, playing it quickly. And number 19, Vilmi, getting shoved there. A little bit too aggressive, resulting in a free kick for the Antelopes. That will be taken by Kane, who we've seen with the strong legs again. We'll probably keep mentioning it throughout the game.
Absolutely, this guy's got 2 rockets attached. We've seen him do it with the left foot, seen him do it with the right. Let's see what he does here, if he's just going to float one in there or if he smokes one. He's going to float it, and guy who
Nice
just subbed on, Nyberg, able to bounce that one out of bounds.
Resulting in a corner kick that will be taken by Kane again.
Great corner kick guy. I mean, when you got a guy who's got a leg like this.
Almost a save by Nunez.
Yeah, in and out of the hands there of Nunez. Looks like we got a penalty. It's going to give the Lumberjacks the ball here on the Varsity Sports Show. Your color commentator alongside Jasmine Dickman's on play-by-play. Doing a great job here today.
Having some fun out of here.
Absolutely having a ton of fun. Weather is actually beautiful now. Stayed great. Knock on wood again.
Yeah, this time actually knock on wood.
Actually. It's great when that sun comes out. Or not great when that sun comes out, excuse
yeah,
me.
it gets a little bit too hot, and I can't imagine how that must feel for the players having to run on this hot field, especially with that sun. They must be going through it. As the Lumberjacks are able to keep their ball in the possession, building their offense through the left side of the field, trying to bring it forward, but was intercepted by
Wow, the
number
spin.
12.
Did you see the spin on
I
that ball?
did. That's crazy. And one of the Lumberjacks got run over a little bit too aggressively
Man.
by Schellenberg.
Yeah, number 88, Bjorn von Wickman. We've all the way from Anchorage as well. A couple guys on both sides out here from Anchorage, Alaska. That was a tough possession for him there. We saw him go down a couple times. They were awarded continuation early on that possession.
As it seems, we get a far free kick into the front of the goal, but defended by the Antelopes number 4, Aguirre.
Yeah, cleared out to the wrong side of the
Yeah.
field by Jesus Aguirre.
That will result into a corner kick.
But when you have a dominant defense and defensive side of the field like the Antelopes do, I guess it doesn't really matter if you clear it into your own side, because they're hopefully going to come out here, intercept another pass, and just keep on possessing the ball like we've seen them do all day.
They seem confident, communicating well with the hand gestures, as we have seen.
Let's watch number 5 here, Zane Nyberg. Very tall, towering over some of these other players.
It almost looked like that was a close attempt on goal, but it didn't get touched by anybody, got rolled off the field, and it is back in the hands of the goalie for the Antelopes.
So I wonder if we'll see Reese Remmer get back onto the field here, have a little bit of a battle of the giants between him and Nyberg, playing on different sides of the field, but offensively two guys that we could see.
As the Antelopes built their offense again through number 9, who wanted to run it on top of the field, and it got kicked out of bounds by one of the Lumberjacks, passed forward over the right side of the field, setting it up, passing it to Perez, but unfortunately not received well, resulting in a counterattack for the Lumberjacks.
Just barely missed on that pass there. He had number 6, Keller Brown, running full speed up that left sideline. Tried the touch pass. Little Rabona. Hit it with that lead foot, and it's not going to be able to do it. Got some canopy adjustments going on here in the booth. Nice job by our producer, RJ. Shout out to him, keeping everything smooth. Keeping us shaded here in the makeshift box on the side of the field between the benches of the Lumberjacks and the Lopes.
Making sure we are not getting too hot. As GCU intercepts that ball, number 10, Schellenberg, runs it on the left side of the field, looking for a pass forward, looking for a way in, but gets cut off by the defense of the Lumberjacks, who kick it out of bounds. So we get a throw in for the Antelopes. That will be thrown by number 8, Noah White.
Noah White, a guy we've seen possess the ball a ton, make a ton of plays. Another guy who we've seen make a ton of plays right there, Joseph Butsky. Nice cross here. Going for goal, unable to get it. Number 19, Colin Vilmy. I mean, let's talk about him for a second, Jasmine. What a day he's having.
He is having a day, and he's just a sophomore. That is incredibly, incredibly beautiful to see. So many young guys out of here.
Yeah, I mean, even this entire roster, so we see the Antelopes get the ball back here, is extremely young. We've got sophomore, junior, sophomore, sophomore.
It's incredible to see such a young team performing so well as the Lumberjacks saved.
Yeah, nice save there by Nunez, but of course some success on the offensive side, moving the ball around for the Lopes.
Yeah, the Lopes are definitely not slowing down. They're keeping this high pressure up, making sure that the Lumberjacks are suffocating, as you said earlier.
Yeah, we heard Coach Pilarski say right there, that's how we play. That high pace, finding the next guy open, moving the ball nicely. Lopes going to reset here in their own half.
To bring it forward on the right side of the field again. Control and a pass intended for Vilmy, but not received by him and instead intercepted by the Lumberjacks as
Oh,
they
here
get a
we
counter
go.
opportunity right now with number 7, Jack Thompson, running on the right side of the field. But the GCU defense is just too strong.
Nothing you can do there. GCU defense forcing a bad touch on the ball there. Now getting ready to counterattack.
Building again on the right side of the field. We've seen some strength from up there as Perez is handling the ball there in the midst of the field, passing it.
What a pass.
Beautiful.
Find Noah Wyke. Noah Wyke with another nice
And a
ball.
goal.
Oh, but he's offsides. Number 9, Joseph Butsky, just a little bit out ahead of the defense.
That was such a good look for them, and unfortunately offside. I think it's actually the first offside goal we've seen today.
Absolutely.
And the second
I think you're right.
offside call,
Yeah.
if I believe.
Pretty disciplined here on both sides.
They know where they are in the field. They know their positions.
Colin Vilmy, the speedster, subbing off here.
And the Lumberjacks giving themselves a little bit time to sub and a little bit more time to breathe, as they are outnumbered by the Antelopes, who have such a wide variety, so many guys on the bench next to us. And we see them putting the pressure up right off that kick from the goalie.
Yeah, just no time for the Lumberjacks to think. Nyberg gets it taken away by Kane, who just wisely boots it off a defender and out of bounds. Jasmine, how do you say offsides in Dutch?
You really want to know it and
Yeah,
try it?
I'll try it.
We call it buitenspel.
Batchspel?
Nowhere near close, but that's okay, Dane.
I feel like that was close. We're going to run that one back. We're going to have to
Sure.
run the tape on that one.
It literally, for us, it means outside game. That's a
Outside
literal
game?
Yeah, that's a
The
literal
direct
translation.
translation?
Yep, outside game.
Interesting.
As we have a throw in from number 8, Noah Wyke.
How do you say it again?
Buitenspel?
Batchspel?
Oh, that's better.
Oh, let's go.
It just sounded a little bit German though, but that's okay.
German?
Yeah,
Not quite what I'm going for.
it's okay. Hard language to maintain.
I agree. I don't know how you do it. Translating everything from Dutch straight into English.
It gets easier the longer you live here, Dane.
Yeah.
Trust me. As we see them,
Ooh.
oh,
Nice pass off the back foot. Little heel flick over there.
but the Lumberjacks being able to defend this, but passing it back into the Antelopes. Number
And
4 setting it up on the left side of the field.
I think we're seeing that pressure right now. Finally wear down this Antelopes defense. Kane with the center.
But that ball goes high over to the other side of the field. I think that landed somewhere in the tennis courts.
Well, I'll tell you what. If GCU ever starts a football team and they're looking for a kicker, Jesus Aguirre right there. That one would have been good for 3 from about 35 yards out. Would have been a clutch kick. Hey, heck, even Sun Devils over there. They start. Even the Lumberjacks, if they're looking for a kicker, they might want to check the scouting report over here. Defense getting a little too aggressive there on Kane.
Yeah, he might have an opportunity for dual career over there as the Antelopes kick it all the way across the field to the right side. Handled by number 18, Laguana, but getting walked off by the Lumberjacks, who will try to set up their offense, but GCU gives them no time to breathe, with Perez being right on there as he is down on the field right now, but getting up, and the Lumberjacks trying to get their ball through the midfield.
Yeah, chaotic.
It is chaotic.
Chaotic
And
sequences
a
here.
yellow card
Wow.
for Languana, a little bit too aggressive over there. Refs wanting to keep this match into their own hands, making sure the players are not getting too aggressive on each other and keeping Laguana in check with that yellow card. As we see the captain, Joseph Butsky, walking up to the ref, probably asking for a little bit of explanation on that yellow card.
Jasmine, I'm curious, when did you start watching soccer and really caring about soccer?
Watching soccer, that was, I mean, my dad.
Since birth?
Yeah. We have two big rivalry teams in the Netherlands. So my dad is for Ajax from Amsterdam,
Hmm.
and the other side of the family, so my mom and my grandparents, they're all for Feyenoord, which is Rotterdam,
Okay.
and it is an offside for the Lumberjacks in the meantime. But to answer your question, my grandparents and my mother tried to get me for Feyenoord for Rotterdam. They were in way outnumber my dad, but somehow my dad managed to get me for
The
for
underdog.
Ajax. Yep. As we see Perez running across the field, can a pass to number 16 on midfield. Dane, what leagues do you love to watch?
Leagues that I love to watch soccer-wise is we see the cross there go just a little bit long for the Antelopes. Kane reset now. I'm a Manchester United guy, so watching soccer has been
Hard this
hard,
season?
very difficult for the last couple seasons. Wayne Rooney is really when I is the guy who really got me liking soccer. I have some family living out there in England, St. Bury Edmunds, about an hour and a half, 2 hours from London. And yeah, they were all a few of them. Some of them had season tickets or have had season tickets and love the Red Devils. So kind of figured, you know what, I'm gonna tune into that. And I'm gonna like them. And unfortunately, since I have, it has not been the greatest of times as a fan, knowing the success that that club has had in the past and where they're at now. It's a little sad, but you know what? They're gonna come back soon. I feel it.
I might not fully going with your words as I'm not a Man United fan, but that is totally okay. No, Dane, I think it's beautiful that here in America we've seen soccer growing as a sport.
Oh yeah.
I know that American football, or as we call it, American football,
Mhm.
um, is the biggest sport by far, as we see the GCU defense controlling the ball again very well. What I was about to say, obviously, we call soccer football over here. Um,
Yeah, being football over here, it's when I grew up growing up learning Spanish, it wasn't that big of an adjustment. It's football. It's not, and same thing in Spanish. Call it fútbol americano for real football.
yeah,
Just kidding. So it wasn't much of an adjustment.
sure.
Wasn't much of an adjustment for me, or when some people hear that and they say, "Well, it's soccer." It's soccer. It's not football. It was never a big adjustment. So, but I agree with you. It's cool to see it grow here in America. I think the thing that really got me interested in soccer was really women's soccer. The USA women's national team.
Yeah, they have been performing so well. As
Oh
we
yeah.
see GCU with another high attempt on goal, but defended pretty well by the Lumberjacks over there, and we get another stopping for the Lumberjacks as well. Yeah, women's soccer in the US have been super successful lately. Always have been doing well. I feel like they're always there on the
Mhm.
board. Interesting that women's soccer actually got you into it because especially in Europe, it is soccer is a dominated sport by the
Mhm.
men's, and women's soccer is highly underrated, I would
Mhm.
say.
Yeah, absolutely. Being from San Diego just got a women's national women's soccer league team, the San Diego Wave, a couple of years ago. Alex Morgan is one of the co-owners. Is that ball bouncing around in the air inside the box, finally cleared out by a lumberjack. Nice touch right there by number 4 of the Lopes, Jesus Aguirre.
That was a really nice touch, but intercepted again by the Lumberjacks, who have an opportunity now to counterattack, but a very, very well placed tackle on the ball.
Number 21 of the Lopes. Heck of a
That,
play right there.
yeah, that was a good sight from him. That could have been so foul, but he knew exactly when to strike to make sure he hit the ball, not the player.
Yeah, I think just the USA women's national team, I think along with what makes them interesting is their, like you were saying, their success. USA men's has really just had no success. They haven't had a ton of dominant players, a ton of guys who really stick out. Of course, nothing like the the other international teams, or especially the Netherlands, had a
Yeah,
great
good
team, have
players over
great
there.
players
Yep.
over there. So
Do you know any Dutch players on the Man United team?
I don't. I honestly, I don't know how many players on the Man United team I could really tell you now. I loved. I know the last one I saw go was Garnacho, and that's when I got pretty sad and kind of stopped tuning in for a little bit. But who are I know watching the World Cup? I was actually in England for the year that the Netherlands. Is that the year they won? Have they won the World Cup? I know they have in the past.
Not recently.
Not recently.
No, no, no. That was a long time ago, I think. Or it might be
They
spitting some
they went
false
to the
facts here.
final. I want to say what was that 20?
They played Argentina in a semifinal, I remember,
Oh yeah.
and we not to speak badly, no, but it was a little bit of an unfair game. Let's keep it that way for us,
Uh-huh.
unfortunately.
Who are some of the best Dutch players?
Currently, I would say we have a really good defender, Virgil van Dijk,
Ah, yes.
center back.
Liverpool, right? Ugh.
Liverpool, Memphis Depay, Frenkie de Jong from Barcelona. We have really good rising talent, Xavi Simons. So yeah, there's some really good talent in there. I'm really excited to see them play. They actually won this week from Malta 4-0.
There you go. Starting off on the right foot.
Oh yeah, as we see some subs walking here on the sideline for the Antelopes. Number 24, our 6'3" guy, Remmer.
Yeah, Reese Remmer getting ready to go back out there. We'll see him. He will end up getting matched up down there with Zane Nyberg. Two giants on the field out there. Gonna get to face off. Antelopes been held scoreless in the second half, I believe. Lumberjacks have done a much better job defensively, but Lopes also taking their time, trying to keep the pressure on, but find a high quality look, moving the ball around. They've had a couple so far, just haven't cashed in.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to control their offense a little bit more, not rushing it as much, probably practicing a bit on their structured offenses as we see a long shot onto the right side of the field to number 18,
Dropped it,
Languana.
dropped it in the bucket right there. That was a great pass.
And Perez now just a couple meters outside of the box. In a little clash over there, a little bit chaotic, but Perez, the one with the ball, giving it forward to Languana, but not being able to get anything successful out of there as the ball bounces back to the outside of the field. And the subs are coming in right now.
Yeah,
Three subs.
number 6, Kyle Joyce. Number 17, Dylan Oriana. And number 24, Reese Remmer getting out there. I think the spot where the Antelopes have had the most success has been in those chaotic exchanges right there. You see, they either come out with the ball and have a look at the goal or have an opportunity to turn it into offense. Whereas the Lumberjacks, when they get into those chaotic exchanges, they haven't been able to do the same. All they've been able to do is clear the ball out and get it out of danger. We see the Giants matching up there. Nyberg wins the first battle, able to clear it back out into the defensive half of the Lopes.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Lopes have been very successful in those chaotic situations, know exactly what to do. Seems a little bit more structured through the chaos as well, whereas the Lumberjacks just struggle to keep their communication strong in that chaos, as we see the Antelopes running their ball to a little bit of the backfield, setting it up slowly. And there is one of our Giants running it toward the goal, but not being able to provide from that.
So Kane, I want to say, I'm not sure I've even seen him come off the field all day today. Without a doubt, one of the best players of the game here today.
Totally, I agree with you. From the corner kicks until the free kicks, just a little bit outside that box, to just being there in the field, communicating, being always strongly there.
Yeah, he's got a goal. He's got an assist. We'll see if he can get another one here. Oh, there it
Just kicked
was.
over. It seemed like that height of Remmer just was a little bit too much right now because the ball went over the goal instead of in the goal.
I mean, he got so high up. His head was right there at the top at the crossbar.
It was well placed by Kenny, just unfortunately not successfully into the goal as the Lumberjacks throw far passing, and Kenny is the one who gets the ball on the left side of the field with a free kick.
Man, he's been so good at that today too, just boxing out his defender, letting that ball roll out. And instead of panicking, letting GCU maintain possession of that ball, set something up.
Yeah, so even though we've seen Kenny playing mostly on the left wing, GCU also has been running a lot of their offense through the right side of the field.
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen it a lot. It's far away for us, so we're squinting, trying to catch those numbers as like you're talking about on that far right side of the field.
But I mean, they have such a versatile team. They can attack from every side of the field, even through the middle, as we've seen earlier, getting opportunities off that chaos in this game.
And I think that moment right there is another one of those aspects that's helped GCU take such a commanding lead in this one, being able to play that ball back in close situations where on other teams they might just kick that out or let it go out. They're able to get out there and maintain possession, coming in hot, a Lumberjack.
And actually receiving a yellow card over there. That's the second one for the Lumberjacks today. Referees having to organize their playbook a little bit, making sure they stay organized themselves. Giving opportunity for Kane here to catch a drink on the side of the field.
Yep, staying hydrated.
As the sun is coming out again.
Sun is coming out.
Hot in our backs.
Oh my gosh, it looks like we don't have any clouds back there for a minute too.
Yeah, that's going to be hot for the players of the field.
It's going to get warm out here.
And especially for someone like Kane who's been in here for almost the whole game.
Oh yeah, he's been in all day running up and down this field. See what he's got here. This one's going to come right towards us. Nice job by number 2, Dakota Mateaki. Get a hand on that one, stop it from slamming right into us.
Yeah, we would have gotten hit by that for sure if he wasn't there.
I would have controlled that. I would have showed off the control. Yeah, played it nicely. Couple juggles out of it, kicked it right back on the field.
As Chris O'Hearn has a thrower in, waiting for the subs to get out, throws it to the right side of the field. The Lumberjacks trying to control that ball, but unsuccessful as the Antelopes just have too much control over them, kind of running it left side, passing it to Remmer on the right side of the field, giving it forward, trying to pass the ball back, and Remmer having that ball control again, unfortunately losing it. And one of the Lumberjacks who kicked it out, so that will be another throw in for the Antelopes.
Yeah, Nyberg able to take the ball off Remmer there once again. I would say it's 2-1. Remmer getting close to scoring a goal on that header there over him.
You just love this giant fight, do you?
Absolutely. It's entertaining. It's, you know, these two guys are bigger than everybody else on the field. So it's interesting to see matched up against each other. You don't see it very often. Guys that tall playing that far forward.
Usually not, no, but it is a big advantage, I would say.
Absolutely.
Especially with some head goals in there, as we've seen.
Makes it easier because you don't have to bring a defender into the box either. You know, normally that's something that a lot of teams do. You have those taller guys playing defense back there. Bring them into the box, try to score headers with them.
Yeah, but he is already right there.
Exactly. Then you don't have to sacrifice that defense on the other side of the field. Just keep that tall striker out there and try to put it up there where the kids can't get it.
Unfortunately for him, he has the other giant right across of him.
That is true. That is true. He's got the only guy out here who's probably within 3 inches of his height.
As it is a little bit back and forth between the two teams in the midst of the field chaos, but the Lumberjacks having that rest over here, trying to get a look for an opportunity to get toward the goal of the Antelopes through the left side of the field.
I saw that too on the screen. I see it right there.
Trying to build it up with the coach there, who is also a player, earning a free kick.
Yeah, so once again, I want to shout out Shout out the TD RJ right now, saving us from this sun. If he didn't go back there, make some adjustments, make a new game plan with our canopy here, I'm pretty sure we would be roasting.
Oh, definitely. We would be marshmallows.
I'm only minorly roasting right now. It's warm,
Minorly.
but I'm okay.
Good. Yeah, you're out there in the sun more than I am, as the goalie for the Antelopes has a good save. It was a far, far kick into the danger zone for the Lumberjacks, but that goalie being there, saving the day, not giving the Lumberjacks any opportunity to score a goal. And
Yeah, the sophomore Riley Snyder in there at goal now. Here come the Antelopes.
but they're called for an offside again. Yeah, number 17 for the Antelopes, Dylan Orlana, excuse me, over there. He had so much speed with him, and unfortunately called for an offside.
It's a little too much speed. Gets just out ahead of that defense. Make the pass just a little too late. But I'll tell you what, if they time up 2 or 3 of these passes better, it's a 5-0 ball game.
I definitely agree with you. Although I have to say, it feels like the Lumberjacks have polished up their defense a little bit more, anticipating in the chaos, anticipating what the strengths of the Antelopes are in this game,
Yeah, I think it's
as the Antelopes almost were able to keep that ball in two bounds with a heavy sprint over there, but just coming up shortly.
here we
Probably.
go. Lumberjacks got a chance. Corner kick coming in.
And a sub also coming in here.
So I think like we talked about just at the beginning of this game, like we were saying, it's really just this Lumberjacks offense that's struggling really bad. The defense has been great. Well, outside of that first half, this second half, they've been great.
Yeah, they have adjusted well coming off that
Absolutely.
halftime break.
They've adjusted super well. And just offensively, if they could get a little bit more action going, they've got a chance here. These games are going to be a lot closer for them.
I think especially important for them right now with a little bit more than 10 minutes left on the clock is just probably trying to practice these corner kicks, as it is an opportunity to a counter almost for the Antelopes, but getting run off the field there by one of the Lumberjacks.
Yeah,
What
number
I
24, sorry, number 24,
you
Connor
get
McPhillips there.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is such corner kicks late in the game with where you know you're not gonna get the score up to equal and not having an opportunity to practically win. It's important to practice those corner kicks, being able to polish it with real life game experience. It's always different in a game than it is in practice, and having that adrenaline from a game is a good opportunity to practice and polish your tactics and corners over there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that you can relate to being a college athlete and just knowing that the way it feels practicing against your teammates and being able to have that type of communication is way different than when you get in a game and
It is
you're going off,
totally
facing
different.
off against somebody who, isn't there to help you get better. They're there to beat you.
And I mean, it is within that for us as teammates, as you are teammates and you're there to hype each other up, but when you play against each other, you're also each other's rivals. You're rivaling for the position, for a spot on the team, for a spot on the travel roster as well. But after playing half a semester against each other, you just know every tendency that your opponent has. And that's why it's so beautiful to be able to practice in a real life game, because you don't know the exact tendencies from the opponent as well as you do know them from your own teammates.
Yeah, I'm sure from a coaching perspective too, that makes a big difference. These situations that you're able to put your team in now uh, are going to be more realistic than like you were saying, if these guys are just in practice, because you know Kane knows exactly what Noah White's next move is going to be. We see Antelopes pushing here.
As it is called off by the referee.
It's going to stay with the Lumberjacks.
That was a pretty heated offense, built up fast through this left side of the field.
Yeah, the quick build-up ability of the Antelopes is pretty impressive. The quickness that they have in turning something from defense into offense is one of their biggest weapons.
Yeah, that's what we have seen throughout this whole game, being able to really profit from those counter opportunities. where the Lumberjacks have their ball again. And one of the Lumberjacks asking for a sub over there. But it is one of the Antelopes, excuse me, that will sub in.
Yeah, looks like we got both sides subbing on here. Heat starting to ramp up. We've got the women's teams for both sides getting ready after this.
Unfortunately, not something we will be live streaming, but we will be out there for junior college later tonight on American football this time. I'll call it American football
Yeah.
if you don't mind me.
No, yeah, it's American football. Yeah, some Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference action later tonight.
Beautiful league to see.
Yeah, great
Those
league.
kids who get the opportunity to play, preparing for college, putting themselves out there. A beautiful league with one of our supervisors, Vince Delicio, as spokesperson for that league.
Yeah, the man himself, the man who makes it all happen. Head spokesman for the HJCAC, like you were saying. Also, like you were saying, just super cool league. Really competitive. A lot of guys who are going out there trying to continue the dream of playing football at a collegiate level. That ball skied way in the air.
That's the highest ball we've seen all game, I want to say, as the Antelopes trying to keep that pressure up again, as we've seen throughout the whole game. But I agree with you, Dane. It's so beautiful. I've been out there a couple times. So beautiful to see those guys play, and you really feel what it means every second that they're on the field, every minute that they're earned to play and play with their teammates, trying to put themselves out there as GCU is building up their offense, passing it to 24. Rammer, our giant, almost being able to score from that.
Man, he was almost in there. He's a half a second. Number 24, Connor McPhillips, at the last possible second, gets a toe in there and shoots that one out of bounds.
With a corner kick for the Antelopes right here. They're looking to stand a little bit far to the right side with a far kick into the field and a hat controlling from Remmer back to the left side of the field and another corner kick earned.
Yeah, so number 7, Luca Guerra out there maintaining the corner kicks now, holding it down. Ansukane has taken a seat on the bench, a well-deserved break.
It looks like they're gonna go for another far kick into the field as our papers are blowing away by a little bit of wind that is out here.
That nice breeze. I hope it stays.
I really hope it stays, cools us down a little bit. That is a lower kick than I expected it to be, but control the hard shot over there by Dakota Mataki. Unsuccessful to get into the goal, but that was a rocket shot over there.
Yeah, Mataki, the guy who clearly got a good heart, saved us over here in the booth from getting smoked by a errant pass earlier. Shows he's got a heck of a leg on him right there. The volley shot goes flying. You heard the oohs and ahs over here from the GCU bench. Everybody was expecting that one to go right through the back of the net.
As there's a little bit of a bad pass for GCU over there, and Lumberjacks making use of that opportunity, but they're right, 2 defenders on that one Lumberjack, and their defense is able to play that off very well. Every little mistake we see the GCU team make, they make it up right away. They're not sorrowing in their mistakes for too long. No, they're making sure that right off that bat they have 2 defenders ready to make up for the other teammate's mistake, and that is some real good team chemistry you see over there.
Yeah, you're right. The second anything goes a little bit awry, somebody else is there to pick them back up and make the right decision.
And that's what makes a team such a great sport and a team so successful when you actually play as a team. And that might sound a little bit weird or traditional,
But you're
but
right. It's some teams don't play as teams.
especially in soccer, we've seen it a lot as the ball comes forward on the goal, controlled there on the left side of the field, and a goal kick for the goalie of the Lumberjacks. But yeah, we see it in soccer a lot of times that teams don't really play as a team. You have individuals on the field, very talented individuals, but as long as you don't have that connection and chemistry, you're not going to be pretty successful. And that is not something we see with GCU. We see their very strong communication, chemistry, fight to work for each other. A lot of effort in here. Something Luke Pilarski, head coach for the GCU men's
Yeah.
soccer, wants to see as well.
Yeah, I think you can see that even on the stat sheet, just how balanced they are. So many, like we were saying at the start of this one, 10 different goal scorers overall, 3 different goal scorers today. Just their ability to spread the ball out, get guys in, get guys out, move guys around is one of their biggest tools, and they do a really good job of that.
As they have a little bit of control, but they don't want to slow it down. They pass it from the backfield to Perez, intercepted by the Lumberjacks, but that GCU defense, they just read it so well and they intercept it right away, keeping a little bit of a breakdown there on the back of the field, passing between the defenders as number 21, who we don't have on our roster, unfortunately, but he slid there over the field.
Well, we've seen the speed from him, so hopefully soon we do get him on a roster. He took off earlier. I thought, oh man, I better find this guy's name. He might go down there and score right now and break away, but so hopefully next time we've got him on there. GCU SID did a great job getting us some rosters. Last minute, GCU having to travel, of course. They weren't able to exactly find out who was coming. Had a tough time putting numbers on the rosters, and Dan did a great job getting them to us as quick as he could.
As the ball is back in GCU's foots, and we see some subs happening on the sideline here.
Yeah, subs coming in for the Lumberjacks. Once again, I'm Dane Palmer, here with Jasmine Dickman's on play by play. I'm on color. Been a good one so far. Very
It has
fun.
been a good one, and we only have about 2 minutes left into this game.
Been a good one so far. Lopes fans, don't forget, coming up on our social media will be a preview for the Women's Club soccer game following the conclusion of this match, along with post-game interviews from Coach Pilarski himself and our player of the game. So please tune in at Varsity Sports Show on Instagram and X for more varsity sports content. We've got some great stuff going on. Our compatriots here at the Varsity Sports Show, those pregame, postgame interviews are always a good listen. Something that we pay a lot of attention to here in the booth when we're getting ready to talk about the game.
Yeah, thank you, Dane, for that attention to our pre-post game as we see the Antelopes controlling the ball again, working their way through the midfield.
Jasmine, we've seen you a couple times on those pre and post game interviews, haven't we?
I believe that is true. Yes, I've been doing it quite a lot as we see number 20 right on the box getting a shot in, but defended by the Lumberjacks. And he gets another shot in, but it's 2 meters on the right side of the goal. So no danger there for Nunez. Yes, we have indeed seen me, but alongside with our other colleagues over there.
So yeah, as you see there, our field correspondent for today, Matthew McCord, down there, putting in some hard work, getting the interviews in, getting ready.
As the Lumberjacks wanted to put this pressure up, but that is the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is a 3-0 for the GCU men's soccer against the Lumberjacks of NAU. I'm Jasmine Dickmans. Thank you for listening. Next to me, Dane Palmer. And have a great day.